Hello and welcome to this match for StarLadder Season 4. No Tidehunter versus WhA Asian. It is a one game between these two teams to fight over 3 points that you will get if you win this matchup. And for this matchup, and actually I'm gonna put up this one again, as you have now been used to seeing from me, just the standings of the StarLadder Season 4 so far. We see WhA Asian, they're actually third right now, though they have played one more match than the other two that are above them, Navi and Mouse. So if they win this one, they will be on top of the rankings if they win this one, I say. Because no Tidehunter, of course, the one that we have seen winning DreamHack over the weekend, and we have seen them playing yesterday also. And I'm not going to say anything about that match, but if you didn't catch No Tidehunter versus Illuminate, you definitely should watch that. There were 2 English casters for that, myself. You can find my VOD on YouTube, and Puppy, I believe you can find his VOD on his own TV channel. But make sure you don't miss that one, because it was an amazing match to watch. And we are going to see if No Tidehunter can get, with their 7th game, can get to 12 points, because they kind of need that if they still want to be having a chance to get in those top 4. There's in total 15 matches that you have to play, 16 teams that are there in total. And well, you've seen this long enough. You can pause if you want to continue looking at it, or you can go to starladder.tv to find out more about that. Let's just take a look at the draft and see how these two teams are going to try to get their 3 points. Because we have banouts. We have banouts on a Sven, a Bounty Hunter, Darkseer, and Magnus. Basically the 4 heroes that we've seen most of, even though Darkseer is slightly out of favor sometimes. But still the 4 most favorable heroes banned out, as we have the Undying and the Templar Assassin picked up by No Tidehunter. WhA Asian going for a Bedrider, Keeper of the Light, and Jakiro. So basically having 2 supports for themselves with the Keeper of the Light and the Jakiro. So saying we're gonna go for a tri lane, or possibly if we have seen Keeper of Light as a long lane solo, so we might be surprised here. We also have seen Jakiro as a solo mid versus a Templar Assassin, so who knows? Who knows? But we'll find out. We're gonna have Bedrider playing probably in the solo mid against the Templar Assassin, so they're kind of already giving away slightly what they want to do, as I don't think Tidehunter or no Tidehunter wants to be banning out any of the jungle heroes. At least they don't really need to. And they pick up a lone druid so that Admiral Bulldog has his signature hero, and we're gonna see how the rest of the lanes are gonna go. Undying, a hero that we've seen in tri-lanes, we've seen him on long lane solos. The same goes for Admiral Bulldog's lone druid, though we've seen him in multiple roles as well. Though lately he has been on the safe lane, trying to farm up his druid and then sending his bear together with the long lane solo. So we'll see how they're going to be doing that. We're going to have a Venomancer being banned out. Of course, a counter towards actually, wow. Original that WhA Asian bans that one out. They don't want to be facing that one, and apparently didn't want to pick it up themselves either. I was gonna say that he's normally a counter towards a Templar Assassin, but you know, why would WhA Asian ban out counters against a hero that's not in their team? That would be awkward, wouldn't it? We see a Gyrocopter being banned out, a hero that we've seen making some nice impressions lately in the games. Also, of course, the previous game that we saw had the Gyrocopter in it, though he was not victorious, unfortunately for him. And we're gonna see the Leshrac being banned out there as well. 2 supports that, I mean, normally are picked up against a Templar Assassin, but WhA Asian, they just want to ban those. Afraid of a very dangerous tri-lane coming off from No Tidehunter, perhaps. And they already have their own support, so they don't want to be having any more. We're gonna have the ban out for No Tidehunter. I mean, for them it's a bit easier to ban out heroes. They are banning out heroes that would do well on a tri-lane and long lane solos. So we might see a Windrunner, for example, being banned out, or Queen of Pain and heroes like that.
5 seconds remaining.
But they're still thinking about it. And as you can see, by the way, this is the first time one of the teams is gonna go into bonus time, and they both have only 40-second bonus time.
Dire team ban.
40 seconds bonus time is because they both were too late. As you might have noticed, this game started 15 minutes past starting time, so they both got a penalty for being late, and because it wasn't just one team that we were waiting on. So that is that. We're gonna have a Wisp being banned out there as well still, so maybe expecting a Keeper of the Light there to be a long lane solo, but interesting to see that. And still the Queen of Pain being banned out, so that was one of the ones that we were expecting, with the Rubik being the last ban out for WhA Asian. Of course, supports still same reason why they ban out the Venomancer and Leshrac, just afraid of a potential very strong tri-lane going off for no Tidehunter. And WhA Asian are the ones that have first pick. So let's see what they are going to be having as their second first pick, I should say, because of course the second picking
10
phase,
seconds remaining.
as well, they might be giving away a bit more about what they're going to be doing with that lane, if they're going to indeed be having a tri lane, or if they're going to be going for something else. We still have a lot of heroes in the pool that could potentially carry their cause. As I mean, we've seen Chaos Knights, Faceless Voids. I mean, you name it, those kind of heroes. Did I say Chaos Knight already? Chaos Knight, Faceless Void? I did say it, didn't I? I said it twice. Ooh. But those kind of heroes that we see a lot lately can be very strong in that dual lane. Tri lane even. There'll still be a Windrunner, so that will be the one that I mentioned. That would be something that we as Asians still needed, a long lane solo. So that's going to be that, even though Windrunner of course is potentially could be going inside that mid lane, although I don't think that's going to be the case for this game. We'll find out for sure once we drop inside that game, though. No Tidehunter gonna be revealing the next pick, as well, they have a bit of a more difficult laning to guess, well, even though you can already assume that Undying and Templar Assassin and Lone Druid are all not going to be on the same lane. You don't know where Lone Druid is going to be, nor where the Undying is going to be. Both of those heroes have played the long lane solo role before, and both of those have been playing the safe lane before as well.
Reserve time.
So we'll see what they're actually going to be doing, and they're going to go into reserve time again. 30 seconds left in that. And we actually see that there's 19 seconds left for We as Asian right now. So that is not a lot of time left. But in the meantime, I mean, We as Asian can take the time that they have right now and use it in their advantage to think about the picks that they're going to do still as their last one. It will be Lina that will be picked up by no Tidehunter, so we're going to see maybe a Chaos Knight coming up from them to have something to give to Loda, with the Undying being played as a support, and then in a tri lane with Lina, Undying and Chaos Knight would be very strong. Dragon Knight, of course, also one of those heroes that could be potentially in that lineup. As we have We as Asian last pickup, 17 seconds in their normal time, 19 seconds in their bonus time. It will be a carry. They need a carry. Faceless Void would definitely be a good one. They have got some form of team fight, but they need a bit more. So having a carry that can also provide some extra team fight potential for them would definitely be in favor. But we'll find out soon enough. I mean,
Phantom Lancer.
Wow, that was not a carry that I was expecting. It will be Phantom Lancer that will be picked up here. So that's going to be their carry. That's going to be the one that's going to be probably on their safe lane. But there we have. I mean, we've seen this, and more people that have watched Dota 1 have seen this way more often. But Phantom Lancer, Keeper of the Light is a combination that is renowned for their annoyance. Let's just put it that way. If you I mean, with the chakra magic, Phantom Lancer can just throw out lances like constantly, and that does actually a lot of damage, and it's very annoying to fight against that. Shadow Demon will be picked up by no Tidehunter, so no more carry for that one, as it will be Undying then the one to be taking up the farm there. So we'll see them playing a tri lane with the Shadow Demon. It's all of a sudden it's a lot more defensive than it was before. But of course, Shadow Demon Lina is still a combination that is very dangerous. Of course, the Shadow Demon's Disruption can have the Lightning Strike Array, or can set up for the Lightning Strike Array to hit guaranteed. And we're gonna see how they are gonna try to get that off, and what they're gonna be able to have followed up on that. Because Undying will have a Soul Rip. That's so nice. Maybe if they can get a gank off on Templar Assassin. I mean, I said, like, Undying, Lone Druid and Templar Assassin, all three, in theory, solo lanes. So maybe Lina and Shadow Demon are gonna roam around to try and go for those kills. And if they are, that's gonna be very dangerous for We as Asian, because Windrunner, if she's Windrunning, she can still disrupt her, and when she's out, she can't go anywhere anymore, especially not if she's stunned by the Lina. So it will be something to watch there, as I'm gonna just switch overlays so you don't complain about that one, and we are gonna jump ourselves over to the Dire side to see who is playing what for no Tidehunter. We've got Eternal Envy Captain, of course, playing the Shadow Demon for no Tidehunter. Aki will be playing the Lina. We're gonna have Loda up on the Undying. Of course, Admiral Bulldog is gonna play his Lone Druid, and S4 on his Templar Assassin will be going towards that mid lane, as everybody's rotating towards the Radiant jungle for this team. And we'll see where they're going to go, as we have We as Asian. We have Crit playing the Bat Ride, of course, one of his signature heroes will be going towards that mid lane. Pimp Delicious will be playing the Phantom Lancer. We'll have RMC playing the Keeper of Light with Hip Hop Not Pop on his Jakiro, and the last one will be Asia with a full Windrunner set, and he will be going towards the top lane soon. He already got pulled a bit by his teammates, as we see people running into each other. Disruption starting off with that, but there's no follow-up apart from the Ice Bat coming up from the other side. There goes a whoa, and that does a lot of damage.
30
Illuminate going
seconds
through.
to
Keeper of
battle.
Light just letting it known he's there. He will stop everything that's gonna go off right there. Bear scouting out some more. No Tidehunter, not able to get a first blood here. As they are just yeah, everybody going back to their lanes. Well, that was all the action that we're gonna have for now. Interesting. Anyway, wait a second. Wow,
The battle
that goes smoothly,
begins.
doesn't it? So, so yeah, this will be Phantom Lancer on the bottom lane. We might have an aggressive Trilon actually coming off, and of course with an Undying, that is very easy to do. He's got the King as the first one, and this will be very, very dangerous. So, you have got the Phantom Lancer. I mean, yes, Phantom Lancer, Keeper of Light is all nice and stuff, but in regards to control of the lane, they don't have that much. Wow, voice is doing very fine, I hope. But they have an Ice Path. That's basically all they have. They can slow with the lands and stuff like that, and they can have an Illuminate to be annoying. But other than that, they don't really have any stuns. And of course, the Ice Path can be missed. It can be dodged even. And we're gonna see these two indeed being tag team then. Gonna find this one first. Disruption there, and that's gonna be a Lightning Strike array to follow up on top of that one. No level 2s just yet. Illuminate will slow them down, or at least force them back, or will they not? There's RMC trying to do what he can. And the sentry ward is there also, of course, scouting out that ward will be counter-warded straight away. And that will be the salve gone upon the Jakiro, as we have got a pause coming off from the Jakiro as well. And we have, of course, got the Undying. Well, he's got one last hit, doing nice. So far doing well. 2 last hits for the Phantom Lancer. I'm going to be sticking on this bottom lane most of all, but I will in this pause just check the top middle lanes for a second. Templar Assassin versus Batrider. We have seen this matchup a lot more, of course, previously, and we know that for now nobody should be dying. If someone dies, it will be S4. I think because, well, if you can get away from that sticky napalm, and of course as soon as Crit's level 6 you should be able to kill the Templar Assassin off if he catches the S4 out of position, but the same thing could be said the other way around. So, of course with those traps, if Templar Assassin gets Crit to be on the run, it will be vice versa. So interesting to see. For now it is in favor of Crit. He's got 5 last hits and 0 last hits for the Templar Assassin. On his top lane will be Windrunner up against a Lone Druid by himself. It will be a Lone Druid that will be should be getting ahead here, even though the Bear is getting harassed. But the harassment is on, of course, more on the Enchantress. Of course, the Bear can just continuously hit the Enchantress. Did I just say that? It's both redheads. But the Bear will be continuously hitting the Windrunner if he can, and we'll just make sure that that Lone Druid was getting free farm. For now, he's got 6 last hits with the Windrunner being on 0 also. And we drop ourselves back towards the bottom lane, where still tag team. No Tidehunter hanging around here, and they might try to go for something else. They don't have a smoke in their back, so they're not thinking about going for something else, as they have got a sentry ward to counter the sentry ward that was placed earlier. They're still going to go towards the middle lane now, though. They're going to be running through a ward of the Radiant team, so it will be the Batrider that know that they are coming, and he will be backing off. Now probably towards his tower, unless he didn't see them coming there. I think he should have, though. Yeah, he did. He did. And now I will make sure that he'll back off, and it will just see Eternal Envy as well as Aki just walking past there thinking, right, okay, we know that you saw us probably, so we're just gonna walk here and be annoying, giving S4 a bit more space to farm. In the meantime, Undying is still doing good anyway, because we know Undying is going to be a long lane solo regardless. So that's going to be that. As we have got a haste rune up on Eternal Envy, there is the disruption. There's still only level 1 though, no soul catcher, and the Firefly should be able to get him away. Here comes Eternal Envy from the side, though it's not going to be enough. And Batrider will be safe. He still has his bottle charges, he still has Tango, so he will be just fine. He actually uses his salve as well. So that's everything being used to get him back to full HP, making sure that he doesn't need to leave the lane because of that short escapade from no Tidehunter. And the harassment is on here on Loda, so that is Chakra Magic up on the Keeper of the Light, who is now level 2 should be, oh no, still level 1. No Chakra Magic, so that was just the mana being used from the Phantom Lancer. That was probably the first one, the first Spirit Lance. But this Keeper of the Light, he really needs to be level 2 for this aggressive lane to work, or semi-aggressive lane, I could call it. For now, the Undying is getting nice levels. I mean, he's not being shut down that much. He's got even higher levels than the Phantom Assassin, because Phantom Assassin has had to share the experience with the Jakiro, while Loda has just been able to just gain the experience from the lane by himself. So far, so good for him. Now he has to share it, though, because now the supports are here as well, and they're looking for an opening, looking for a disruption. They need to have those level 2s as well. Without level 2, they're just not able to be as efficient as they otherwise would have. The Soul Catcher and the Dragon Slave just makes such a big difference there. Are they gonna try to find someone from the side? There is no ward up here for the Radiant. This would come as a blind one. There's a ward up here for the Radiant, but that's not gonna be doing that much. And here comes the disruption. And will it come? No, it will not. And they still have a sentry ward though, so if they want to go for him, the doppelwalk would be there, and he would be able to counter that with a ward. So that if they have the opportunity, they will not hesitate and go for a kill. But for now, I think they want to wait until they're actually level 2, because that's just Lina's level 2. That's something, but that's just something that they really need. Just a Shadow Demon level 2 needed, and then they might have a Soul Catcher and might be going for a kill. In the meantime, we see that the first blood happens in the mid lane. Aggression came up from the Bedrider, who actually was level 4. 5 stacks on Sticky Napalm, but Templar Assassin able to stay alive. Wow, this is the first time I missed First Blood today. But it is the Templar Assassin that picks up the First Blood. A slightly overextension from Crit right there on his Bedrider, but S4 taking the advantage over the lane, even though based on last hit, he was still even anyway. He was 19 for 14 right now, with the Bedrider being on 17 for 0. In the meantime, we're going to stick back to the bottom lane, because this is, in theory, where everything should be happening. For now, it's not happening just yet, but should be happening. Because the reason, I mean, if you have an aggressive tri lane, that's all nice and stuff, but it will only be nice if you can get kills out of it. Otherwise, it will cost you a lot of time, a lot of experience, and your supports will be so much behind the supports of the other team that will be too much of a cost. Of course, at the same time, they're also shutting down the supports of the opponent team, who are still level 2. They made sure they couldn't stack. Right now, there is the wars run out though, so they will be able to stack. There's a Soul Catcher happening on the Jakiro, just making him a bit panicky, but they can't really do anything with it just yet. Just showing that he's level 2. Maybe that's only the warning there. And then we're gonna see if they're gonna be going for this. I mean, it's hard to go on this though. Like, the only reason to go for this is if they dive, basically. In the meantime, the thing that they are doing, of course, is shutting down the Phantom Lancer slightly, with Loda getting a nice farm there. 23 last hits up on him, with Pimpalicious sitting on 21, and now the lances will keep coming, because of course we saw that Keeper of Light being level 2, he has got the Chakra Magic, and this will be very annoying to deal with, especially for the supports, and they're gonna run out of regen. There's only one self left on the Lina, who's now following up on Envy, who's not gonna be getting the haste rune, because that's the job for S4. But I guess he just wanted to have some rune control in case someone else went to go for the rune as well. In the meantime, though, it is Crit that's making use of this little break to get some free last hits for himself and even do some damage to the tower. And we're gonna see, no, not again, not a go. No go for no Tidehunter. And also in the meantime, drinking some tea for my voice. It's kind of helpful. But yeah, this bottom lane, it's not really working out for no Tidehunter so far, and I am not sure it's not really working out for WhA Asian either. I mean, they're not getting that much levels up on their Phantom Lancer, but I mean, for now that's just fine. They have got their late game carry. They've got their Phantom Lancer. They are pretty much sorted. And now we might see something happening, because here comes S4 with the haste rune towards the bottom lane, and they're gonna dive it. There's a Tombstone, Ice Path, Dual Breath going through. That's already Keeper of Light being picked up by S4. They're gonna go for more. It will be Eternal Enemy that will still drop though, because Bedrider just TP'd in here. Lasso on S4 might be getting something, refraction on. And there is the melt damage going off on Pimpalicious. Pimpalicious drops, and they're gonna try to go for Crit as well. They will be able to get a one more hit needed. That haste rune making all the difference here, and S4 gets a triple kill. And Aki's able to stay alive there as well. The only one going down there was Envy, but all of a sudden 5 for 0. And how on earth could it be 5? Did they get a kill on the top lane also? The Keeper of the Light dropped. Shadow Demon dropped. Phantom, everybody died. Apart from the Windrunner who wasn't there. It was 4 for 1. 4 for 1. All of a sudden, 5 to 1. Take a look at how the bottom lane, top lane is going, because of course we haven't really been spending that much time there. It's 25 for 5 on this Windrunner, with Admiral Bulldog being on 32 for 11, so getting ahead here on levels as well as on experience. He's actually 2 levels higher than the Windrunner. Seemingly going for the Hand of Midas that he prefers to have on a Spirit Bear, that he can just rotate and then, you know, use and get ahead in this golden experience. Curious to see if he's gonna go for a Maelstrom this time again, or maybe he wants to go for a Maelstrom with that one. But we'll find out soon enough. As of course, Maelstrom is an item that Admiral Bulldog likes to go on to make sure that he can be aggressive a bit earlier than normal Lone Druids would do if they go for Radiance first. As we have got Keeper of Light, RMC, and Hip Hop Not Pop rotating towards the mid lane. Can they take down Envy? That is the question. They're gonna, of course, try that. Can they try it? Oh, they can try to go on Asia, though. Dragon Slave, is it gonna be an entangle? They need one from the bear! They don't need one anyway. Nice shackle still, but Bullock still gets the kill. I didn't really hear what the Lone Druid himself said, but it was nice anyway. But it's a good kill for Bullock. He already had the advantage on the lane, and now even more so as we see S4 being picked off here. Should be picked off, and there is the Bat Rider. Crit picking up the last hit with his Flame Break. And that was, I mean, that was the last two going off there from the Bat Rider. And of course the supports being there with the Ice Path, with the Illuminate. We already saw it being set up, and now it was successful as well as Envy just counter-warded the ward for the Radiant side to make sure they have complete rune control. There is a ward hero for the Radiant side here that scouts out that rune, but well, that's not going to be doing that much, as rune control for No Tidehunter is omnipresent, it's like everywhere. At least they can see when there's a gank gonna be incoming up on the mid lane, as RMC is actually here now trying to get some more experience before Crit comes back to take over the lane. But at least RMC now level 4. Of course, one of the supports that's being shut down here on this bottom lane. Hip Hop Not Pop still being shut down as well. Let's see what the supports are from the other team. Well, we'll soon see that. As we're still waiting to see if they're gonna be going on this, because we have S4 and Loda here, and more people incoming as well. There's gonna be Envy coming in here, as well as, of course, Aki, who will be trying to find something. As S4 takes down the tower, and it looks like Pimpalicious knows that something is wrong. He's not wanting to be here anymore. Actually, now moving forward, is there still Sentry Ward? Yes, there is. There it is placed. They see him. There's a disruption. Soul Catcher does not follow up. Ice Path will happen. Lina Stun as well. The Laguna Blade, and that's gonna be a kill. It is Eternal Envy that picks it up. Illuminate still going through. Shackle latching on Eternal Envy. Nice Shackle. They need one more attack though. Can they get it? Can he get it? Looking for it. Nice heal. Lina Stun. Cried Asia going down to S4 as he gets a double kill. And that's 3 kills on the bottom lane. And Asia dying once again. He was so close to getting a kill there, but just wasn't too greedy. He could have gotten out of that one. But the Soul Rip from Loda kept his target alive. I was not able to get a kill, and it was the Lina, of course, the Lightning Striker Ray from Aki that was able to get that kill. In the meantime, I was gonna check something. Oh yeah, I was gonna check the Ancients. Ancient stack, of course, being set up in case, well, when they're ready to farm it, they will. With the Lone Druid, they can't do that. They have got the bear to tank it, and they will just take it with the entire team, I would imagine, to get some extra golden experience on their side. I'm just gonna check the net worth, because that's a bit more important right now, as we see actually Loda together with Admiral Bullock. Of course, Admiral Bullock, we knew that he was gonna be high up on there. There's no surprise right there. But it is Loda that's actually very high there as well, and of course that helps with the tower going down there. I say tower, but I mean towers, because there's now 2 towers in favor of the No Tidehunter. But it is another stack. It is yeah, Loda that is also very high up there, together with the Templar Assassin, and of course one hurt mid lane as well. So No Tidehunter basically so far doing great, having a good control, and as soon as the kills started happening, the gold started flowing. 7,500 gold in their favor right now. We as Asian, I mean, I said it before, they of course have got Pimpalicious, who died twice now, but they have got him. It's their late game insurance. They just have to make sure that it's going to be able to be his insurance, as we have S4 invisibility rune. There's a trap, melt damage, Firefly is not going to be enough. Last 2 actually helping out. Ice Path as well. Crit trying to get away from this one. One more hit, not going to happen. 80 HP left, and it is S4 that backs out. Still gets hit by something. Trap still goes off. Can he chase it? He does have a Blink Dagger, but he cannot chase it anymore. And the Undying not able to do anything anymore either, apart from throwing out a DK. DK. Sorry, I didn't mean to say DK, but I said, okay, that's confusing. You know what I meant. That one. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to say DK again normally for the rest of the game. Illuminates goes through just some harassment here. Loda actually taking quite a bit of damage from that. He picked up a hood though, so it's gonna not be as susceptible to that magic damage than he was before, as we have counter wards being done. That is a gem already up on No Tidehunter. They do like to do this, going for a gem fairly early in the game, just to make sure that they're not wasting too much gold here, as S4 is gonna be shackled. Ice Path, one more hit needed, and it is a neutral. Is this the Ancient that picks it off? That was, yeah, lucky. Or maybe we as Asian could have done something against that, but there was a lot of damage going through and it was just not in time. They weren't able to get the last hit over the dragon that was there. And we have No Tidehunter tag team looking for a way to gank up on this bottom lane. They will have a support incoming. Well, I say support, but they will have someone else incoming to help out on this bottom lane. Well, I'll bring my team. We'll see how when they're gonna go. And they know that's not the real one. They're gonna hang around anyway. He has to come someday, right? That's basically their theory. Some point he will show himself. But yeah, do you really want to show yourself when already an Undying is close by with a tombstone and stuff? Your running potential kind of vanishes with that tombstone around.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ice Path locks in S4. They cannot go in on it though. They will have their tag team together with WhA moving towards the middle lane. They're looking to take down the last tier 1 tower standing on the side of WhA's Asian. They're gonna trap up on hit pop shackle, latches on Envy, tower bashing on Envy as well. Power shot, disruption on himself. We'll keep him up for now. Lasso up on WhA, trying to get himself away. We already have him up on pop, dying to WhA as he is gonna be getting killed off as well. Crit picks him up. Laguna Blade still did some damage, but not able to pick off Croatia as Aki will drop still to the Phantom Lancer who came in there 2 for 1. Not a good trade for no Tidehunter as they might be losing their Templar Assassin as well. Power shot actually misses. It's a bit of a shame. They will have a flame break again in 2 seconds, but the blink away was earlier, and that is the Templar Assassin. I'm not sure where S4 is gonna go. Refraction already off. Power shot still hit. Here comes dual breath. And that's going to be the last hit going towards the Pimpalicious on his Phantom Lancer. That was a bit of a weird way to escape. He could have actually blinked away to this place, but of course there was already the Bed Rider standing around there ready to chase, but maybe he had a bit more chance there. But indeed, a good fight for WhA's Asian. It started out not all too well, but they just dove too far. They were too confident and they paid for it. They just paid for it bad. And we do still see that, of course, no Tidehunter still in favor. I mean, in all these fights, something to take note of. I mean, Bulldog is just farming. Most of the fights that we have seen have been 4 versus 5. And 4 versus 5 is going to be, in theory, should be in favor of the 5. But it has not. The 4 has been victorious quite a few times. Right now, this was numbers helping out, of course. Yeah, this Lone Druid, as soon as he decides to join the fights, that will be something. And he indeed picked up the Hand of Might. Is still going for a Radiance. So is indeed going to be having that. And this time, I mean, we as Asian know, okay, we need to do something against that Lone Druid. They know where he is. Blink in, Lasso. Can they get him? Ice Path latches him in as well. Will there be a shackle? Yes, there will be. And this is going to be a kill. Croatia picks it up. And they might be getting a tower in return for this as well, as they might lose a Roshan instead though, because the rest of no Tidehunter is going to be trying to take that one down. They have, of course, got the damage, the melt damage from Templar Assassin, lowering the armor of Roshan. And that's going to be enough to take him down, as actually the gem got placed up on the Undying after the previous gem almost getting lost, or at least I think he actually got lost on the Shadow Demon that died there. Almost died. There's Undying is going for tanky build, going for a Vanguard next to his group. Will be Templar Assassin picking up the Aegis. 1400 gold in their inventory right now. And then we're gonna see what they're gonna be doing next. We have a mechanism being built up by Croatia in the meantime. He's well, he's almost there actually. He just needs the recipe. And he just needs a couple more 100 gold, and then he has a 2400 gold in this Phantom Lancer. Like I said, we can compare him to the Lone Druid. Of course, Lone Druid has now died once, but he already had his relic before he died. It is the relic that's not yet up on the Phantom Lancer. He's not doing that well. We see, of course, his net worth is just way lower than the ones of the Lone Druid. Basically, a 3k difference. That is a lot of gold difference, actually. Of course, the Hand of Might is there helping, and Lone Druid as well, helping Bulldog as well.
Dire's middle
so we're going to see how they're, if he's going to be able to catch up, because that's basically his job. Catch up on the Lone Druid. How he's going to do that? Make the game long enough. Basically all you can do. Basically all you can do. Gonna see farm threats up on Lina, who's now being a bit more tanky. She's got herself a smoke in the backs as well. Might be trying to go for something soonish, as they of course still know that they have the advantage. And I mean, the kill on the top lane on the Lone Druid wouldn't have happened if no Tidehunter had tried to fight elsewhere. I mean, they were going for Roshan. They basically traded Admiral Bulldog's life for a Roshan kill, which is okay-ish. But normally you want to have, I mean, it's a bit of the 4+1 strat, right? Just to have those 4 distracting the enemy team so that that +1 can actually continue to farm freely. But so far, he is now not able to do that anymore. He's actually being harassed. Crit being now on the top lane with his Blink Dagger, 1600 gold there. Radiance actually complete though, and a blink away from Crit makes sure that he knows, okay, you know what, I'm slightly out of my league right now, so I'll just back off. I'll be safe, especially since, of course, close to the tower. If there would have been an entangle, he would have been as good as that, because the TPs would have come in, and that would have been the end of that. As no Tidehunter now rotating towards the mid lane. They're gonna find Phantom and Lancer first. Nice Shackle, Ice Bat, Power Shot. Wow! Eternal Envy already dropping dead. Loda doing what he can. Tombstone being put up. There's a Soul Rip trying to help out. Buyback from the Eternal Envy. We'll be back here shortly. Admiral Bolak mixing himself inside the fight. We'll be taking down the tower first though, and we'll get the gold for that as well. So he now picks up some more boots for himself. Nice one. But they are happy with the tower. Can they go for more? They are looking to go for more. They have got 5 heroes here once again. I say 5. I mean 5. Admiral Bulldog, even though he's still slightly distracted by all the gold lying around in the jungle, he is still around here as well. And this time, we as Asian, they know that they have to, if they lose this fight, that will be the start of the end for them. They need to win this fight, or at least to hold them off. And for now, it looks like they are. No Tidehunter gonna rotate to the jungle to continue to farm. Gonna rotate towards the bottom lane, maybe trying to take down the tier 2 tower at that place. But they are also forcing we as Asian to rotate. And this will be Templar Assassin setting up a trap. They know that Wing ran there. There's gonna be no blade, no, partial went through only. There goes Loda, Decay there. Shackle, Latches, nice. Loda to Admiral Bulldog, Illuminate to go through. Can they go in? Here goes a blink in. That's 4 already picked up. RMC. Ice Bat doesn't latch on anything right now. Flame Break gonna hit, but there's a disruption saving Eternal Envy as Crit takes a Laguna Blaze to the face. Uses his Ghost Scepter after that, and will be able to stay alive. The last 2 is on the Bear, actually Ice Bat as well. Bear gets taken down. But the Bear also should be able to get resummoned. There it is. The tower still dropped though, of course, the tower dropped. And the Keeper of Light, the only one that actually went down together with the Bear. And the TP out again from Lord Druid. I mean, he can't really fight. If his Bear is on cooldown, it is very dangerous for him to still be in the fight. If his Bear would die again, of course, would lose all the value that he has on that Bear. And all the items are on the Bear there as well. So it's gonna be really risky for him to fight still. So he's gonna just continue to farm until he has his Bear cooldown once more. In the meantime, the rest of his team will of course try to take down probably the Ancients at some point, because they're still stacking those. So they might be trying to do that right now with 4 of them to get them some experience and gold by the Tombstone. Look at that. Yeah, they will do everything and together to get that experience and gold off, and they won't. It won't really matter who picks what up. Of course, it's going to be nice if S4 gets a lot, but S4, I mean, he's already pretty rich as it is, so it's not a bad thing to have that gold up on the supports as well. But we'll see. Actually, double damage up on S4, of course, not to be forgotten. And he has got 3,800 gold, so that means that we will see probably a BKB as the next one. He could pick it up right now if he wanted to.
Dire's structures are
fortification
fortified.
goes off for the Dire structures to defend the tier 1 tower middle, while Crit is trying to push it down. One more hit needed, and the Naya is still there though. TA picking that one up. Bear looking for an entangle. Is he gonna get it? No, there is the Ghost Scepter helping out. I mean, Ghost Scepter, nice item up on the Batrider. It can be very risky though. Previous fight in the bottom lane, we saw him using it properly, as in Lina Laguna Bladed him, and after that he figures, you know what, I can't be Laguna Bladed anymore, so let's just Ghost Scepter and get the hell out of this place. And that actually was successful. Because of course both the Templar Assassin and Lone Druid heroes that you want to be able to stop attacking you, so that's Ghost Scepter coming into play. But you have to be really wary about that Lina, because Laguna Blade has a very short cooldown, a lot of burst damage, and might just be able to kill you off if you pop that Ghost Scepter at the wrong time. Desolator still up on the Templar Assassin, so no BKB on, like I said. And now the T is actually gone. But Desolator will make sure that she has, she's going to be even more deadly. I mean, we saw her already picking off that Keeper of Light so fast, basically in 2 hits, even though Keeper of Light has now got a Ghost Scepter as well, so this time it will not happen again. But if he gets 1 hit, it will already be very, very dangerous, especially with the Desolator up on there as well. So we'll see if he's able to stay alive long enough. As we're gonna have our relic up on the Phantom Lancers. Of course, we haven't really seen that much of him just yet. I mean, he's been in fights. Yes, he's been actually getting 5 of the 8 kills so far. But he's of course been trying to farm. This is what he's supposed to do: farm, try to get his farm up. It's also a bit of a 5 versus 4 strat, but it just worked out better for No Tidehunter with their Lone Druid. There's the demonic birds coming off from Croatia. Is there gonna be an ensnare? There's Disruption helping out. Nice Ice Bat locking in 2, doing a lot of damage. Necropire there as well. Eternal Envy already going down. Can they do more? Windrunner still dies to the Lone Druid, who's trying to go for more RMC, trying to get away. Pops his Ghost Scepter, will still go down to the Radiance as Crit gets locked inside and Entangle and will drop as well. Triple kill for Admiral Bulldog. Nice shackle though, power shot as well. Can they do more? Credation of course bought back. Ice Bat locks them both in as well. Dual Breath as well. Admiral Bulldog needs one more hit. Can he get it? There goes the Soul Rip, able to keep him alive. Loda, MVP of that fight, and they cannot get anybody there. We as Asian used some buyback.
Top tower is under attack.
Or did they? Yeah, Windrunner bought back, but was not able to get the kill. She was so close. I mean, basically Loda and Admiral Bulldog, they stood still here for so long. There was a shackle, there was an ice bath, power shots, macropyres, dual breaths, everything went on there, but they could not get the kills. Too tanky. Both of them, too tanky. And it's gonna be them that's gonna be trying to get their farm back up. Bear is still alive also. He's got himself an Assault Cuirass now as well. So yeah, like I said, nice and tanky indeed. But that was, I mean, it wasn't really, well, I guess it was won by no talent. They got the kills, they got the buyback on their opponent team, and that didn't get anything in return for that. But I didn't manage to get the tier 2 tower out of that one, which is something that you might be expecting to get something in return for winning fights, but they actually didn't, and that's something that we as Asian can be happy about, because right now it's all about preservation, endurance, holding on long enough before so that this guy, Phantom Lancer, can farm more and more. And Phantom Lancer now has his relic Radiance complete, so we will see maybe a shift in team fights if he can actually be there in time. If again no Tidehunter can, if they can find no Tidehunter out of position, of course. One thing that we have noticed is that Eternal Entry drops basically like a rock. He is level 8. Let's take a look at the levels actually. Oh, this is not levels, this is levels. He has the lowest level in the game. He's got boots, he's got a magic wand. That's basically it. And if you compare that to the supports of we as Asian, I mean, the same thing goes for the Takiro, I guess. For the Keeper of Light, he actually got a Ghost Scepter, so he's a bit more tanky at that. But that is something that is, I mean, if you can pick up the support so fast, it means a big deal in those kind of team fights. The good thing is for no Talented is that their Lina is actually pretty decently farmed, like we already saw. She got power threads, she's got a bracer, she's got 1200 gold, she's doing really well. So they basically make sure that at least one of their supports had nice farm, had a nice gold. I say nice farm, but I mean just nice gold. She's got 27 lasted, so the nice farm is not really there. But that's a big difference there, having those 2 extra levels up on the support compared to the supports of the other team. Definitely something. As we've seen here, Lacuna Blade making a massive difference, especially now that it's level 2. Roshan being taken down again by no Tidehunter. There's not going to be anyone contesting that one. It will be TA picking up the Aegis once more. TA, who, after we saw her picking up a Desolator, has got 3200 gold still. Might still now be thinking about picking up a BKB. Well, we'll see when the time comes. As we have got 1600 gold for Alina. Curious to see if she maybe wants to go for a Ghost Scepter too, even though she could buy that if she wants to right now. Of course, Ghost Scepter also a item that can be very effective against Pimpulations on his Phantom Lancer. Of course, mostly right-click damage. Sorry for the cat sounds in the background. We have got Loda in the meantime. He picked up himself a pipe, or at least finished his pipe. He never finished up his he never finished up his Vanguard, which we saw him building. But he's now going to go for something else. He is going to be going for well, I actually thought he was going to go for a Lincoln Sphere, but we'll have to see and wait what he's going to go for, because he's picking up a mix of items right now. Unless I'm just entirely stupid and he wants to go for Bloodstone, which is not really something you see all that often up on an Undying, but it does make him extra tanky. But then again, well, you know, if he had it, he has it right now. At least he needs 200 more gold and then he has it. As whoa, I just have to move a cat away from my mouse. That is very convenient. Thank you. I just sat down right on there. Because my camera work was a bit messy. Shackle doesn't latch. Switch back to net worth to make you see that this Lone Druid is pretty damn tanky, or pretty damn rich, I should say. Let's see if he's got something new. He's got 2300 gold up in his stash, his back. Ice Path, not gonna hit anything. And we're gonna have a the gem was being placed on Admiral Bulldog. It of course was on Undying earlier on. Undying, who is now grouping up with his teammates again. We have 5 heroes in the middle lane. There goes the last tier 2 tower standing. in the middle lane, because there's still one standing on the top lane for WhA's Asian, of course. Let's see if they can breach the defenses. Of course, the Lone Druid is one of those heroes that can...
is under attack.
And I hope you can still hear me, because something just unplugged. And I don't know what it was, but I heard the USB cable unplug. I of course blame the cat. But it is
Dire's top tower is under attack.
it is a bear that can just be sent up in here without putting yourself at risk. The bear can just attack the tower and get that advantage going. They actually pop the pipe. They want to go on this flame break. Gonna hit. Gonna put Loda inside of the base. S4 also. But not being too worried about that. They just turn their eyes against the tower. There goes fortification. Ice Path as well. Bear in some trouble. Bear will get picked up. Last two up on Eternal Envy though, who is already dead before the fight. While the fight send him to the tower again. Ice Path lights on the bear once again. If he goes down again, it will be a big blow into the defense of his no Tidehunter. And he's getting flame break. They use everything on this bear. Bear goes down. And it will be Admiral Bulldog without a bear for 100 seconds. And that is pretty painful. So they will be backing off there. As S4 is trying to back out there as well. He did pick up his BKB. So that will be that. As Asia might be trying to look for a shackle there. But S4 already on his way back. And with Lone Druid now picking up a Skull Basher. So we'll have that one in his inventory the next time the bear comes out. Well, he will have it already, but the bear will have it later on, of course. So that's gonna be that. And please, 2 minutes from now, I hope you can still hear me. Let me know if you don't, though. Then I will try to change something and fix it anyway. As you might not be able to hear me inside the game client. That might be something. Well, otherwise, I wouldn't see a microphone, wouldn't I? Or, you know, that one right there. Smoke up! WhA's Asian, looking for some action. They need this though. They know they can't fight inside their base, because if they fight inside their base, this is what happens. Basically, everybody got flame breaked on top, and they ended up fighting inside the base, and that left the tower on 300 HP. Not ideal at all. And we're gonna see low Admiral Bulldog's gonna be the target. Can he find a shackle? Wind run, force staff, shackle, latches. This is gonna be trouble. Ice Path, and that is gonna be a Macro Pyre as well. Last two as well. Here comes support though. Loda trying to help out, but the Soul Rip not gonna be enough. It is Admiral Bulldog that drops the crit. Getting the last hit there as Loda's now trying to back out. Should be in time. Here comes Eternal Envy from the side, just showing that he is there, forcing everybody of WhA's Asian to back off. But they have a good pickup. The only upside for Admiral Bulldog is that he wasn't able to resummon his bear yet. Like, for example, if he would have been picked up now, he would have probably already summoned his bear again, and the bear might have died also, and then he would have had no bear for another 100 seconds, and that is pretty damn painful. But he will have his bear again when he comes back, so at least that's a small comfort there. And it was a successful gang steal for WhA's Asian, showing that they can still fight. At the same time, they did have to use everything on there, though, as we have Phantom Lancer building towards a heart, picked himself up, a vitality booster, got 3600 gold. So, yeah, I think yeah, you can still hear me, thank you. Indeed. There is the center with the counter word. Something that wasn't there, no counter word. There was a blind smoke, and they were successful. Wow, this Templar Assassin is pretty rich already. 3200 gold back inside of inventory. So we take a quick look at the gold graph. We know what the status is. 15k in favor of no Tidehunter. The only thing that we can know from that, wait, Eternal Envy. Wait, there. That was Bedguard picking up last two being used for that. And TP's incoming. They want to defend this tower. Shackle Ice Path. WhA's Asian. They're making sure they fight Macro Pyre. Here comes Loda as well though. But that's already the Aegis being popped. S4 will be back in a moment trying to help out. Here comes Loda looking for a target. Decay going off. That is, well, Pimpalish still being up on full HP. Shackle, latching on S4. Again, that's gonna be S4, probably dropping. Refraction is up, though. He wants to go for something. Nice melt damage spilling over. And it is Crit that still drops. Hip Hop Not Pop that drops as well. And Pimpalish just drops. Now only one left alive. It is Asia that's trying to get himself away. Force staff himself into the low ground. Wind running himself away. TPing out. 4 heroes dead on the side of WhA's Asian. What started out as a good fight, I mean, they got the Aegis. Maybe they should have backed off after they got the Aegis and just shouldn't have tried to fight again. I mean, the tier 2 tower still stands, even though pretty low. And we have a lot of exclamation marks coming up from WhA's Asian. Probably some frustration about a fight that they may or may not have should have won. But it is no Tidehunter that was victorious, and they're gonna take think their victory tower, the tier 3 mid, is probably going to be the target, and that shouldn't be taking them that much effort. I mean, normally around this time you think, okay, you should have. They have a lot of counter push, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong. They have a lot of turtle potential with the Keeper of the Light, with the Macropyres, with the Jakiro, with the Windrunner there. And, oh, they got a lasso up on Loda. Gonna try to do what he can. Gets put in those doctors to save his life. Soulcatcher going off on Crydasia. And Loda still alive though. Soul Rip again. Flame Break going down. Tombstone going up. It will be Loda who will probably drop in the end though. Ice Pad latches, and that is RMC picking up the kill, but the barracks. That is what happens if you fight inside the base. Barracks will go down. And they pay for that one. By pulling Loda in, they just basically moved the whole fight up. And they paid for it. And Lone Druid and his bear still alive this time around. As, well, Basher up on the bear now as well. As he's just making sure that no ancients are gonna be spawning. Even the smallest of the giveaways are gonna be stopped there. But what I was saying is, like, normally you would have a lot of counter push, maybe like turtle potential, just to make sure this Phantom Lancer can be as big as he potentially can be. Heart now, or a Reaver put up in the Greevil, so we'll be having his heart soon. But this time, on the other side, there is a hero, this guy, that basically stops that. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be shackles, power shots, ice pads with Macropyres and stuff, but he is a very tanky bear, at least his pet is. And if you can send him on the tower, I mean, the tower slowly but steadily will drop. It's kinda like the slow siege hero. He can do that. He has the power to make sure that he just continuously can chip away HP of the tower and slowly but steadily take him down. And if you then still take the fight and put the fight inside your base, the bear is just going to continue attacking, and it's going to continue attacking your tower, your barracks, and it will go down. So that's something that we as Asian has to be very careful about, as of course they already now lost one of their melee barracks. They still have a chance that their Phantom Lancer could get big enough, but later it gets into the game, the more chance this Phantom Lancer has. He now has his heart complete, so he will be even harder to take down, but he needs to get the opportunity to attack. More importantly, he needs to have the time to attack, because he needs to be able to create these illusions. That is what makes him such a good carry also. Just make sure he creates confusion and illusions. But if you look at No Tidehunter, they have melt damage coming out from the Templar Assassin. That's a lot of burst damage going through. Talking about burst damage, what do you think about Lina Laguna Blade, who picked up a Blink Dagger, by the way? More burst damage going through there. Soulcatcher up on there, meaning that all the damage will be more bursty than before. It is a very dangerous balance that we as Asian is walking, and we're gonna see if they're gonna be getting enough time to still pull their act together, because they need that time. We see the gold graph dropping, 20k, experience graph towards the 20k as well. No Tidehunter getting more and more ahead as the game progresses, as we still see we as Asians searching for ways to farm, and with Windrunner building now towards a sheepstick, this will be a big influence on the game if he gets it complete. He needs to have it complete though. In the meantime, they will have to fight the No Tidehunter again soon, but then with an Aegis up on them again, as Roshan for the third time will be taken down by No Tidehunter, and this time also will be dropping in cheese. 2400 gold up on the Undying, by the way, who indeed finished off his Bloodstone. So I guess it was crazy. What did I say about myself? I would be crazy. Yeah, anyway. He picked himself up a Bloodstone still, and he now goes for the rest of... oh, he picks up a Blade Mill, actually, having that complete. So, tanky hero that can just make sure that all the damage that's being done to him is being done back to him as well. So, he is... if Phantom Lancer goes upon him, that's gonna be dangerous indeed. Orb of Venom now upon the Lone Druid himself, because the bear has got full inventory, now with the Demon's Edge in his inventory as well. Now he's got himself some normal boots there on his bear, and we see, I mean, it is we as Asian just trying to get a farm where they can get it, just trying to go for the pits in the jungle. Basically the only place they can safely farm for now, as we have got Bedrider going for a Shiva's Guard. We've got the Templar Assassin, Daedalus, being completed in her inventory now as well, once we see him throwing out some nice crits actually. 1k damage. Gonna be dangerous. This is of course the last tier 2 tower standing on the side of we as Asian, and they know now too that Pimpalicious is doing this. They're not gonna go in on it though, at least the exclamation mark was there, I think they know. But they're not gonna go in, and they're just gonna go take down the tower. Illuminate going through, but it doesn't stop them at all. TA getting the last hit for the tower, so more gold for her, as we're gonna see if
Dire's bottom tower
WhA
has
can
fallen.
take this. They have a buyback on the keeper flight as well as the windrunner, but will this be enough? Blink in from the TA. Is it gonna be able to get a kill? No, he's not. Laguna Blade though, blink in by Aki gets the kill on Asia. Still buyback on the windrunner. Lone Druid picking up the tower still. Is there gonna be an entangle from this bear up on Crit? Crit taking a lot of damage here. The K going through as well. Can he do something before he goes down? Yes, he can. Nice ice bat. She's being used instantly though. Asia back alive for now. Trying to do what he can. Trying to land some shackles. Buyback for the Bat Rider. Buyback for RMC on this keeper of light. In the meantime though, like I said, they're fighting inside the base of WhA. And WhA, they pay for it. They might end the fight with having everybody alive after using 3 buybacks. But, oh wow. What did I say about everybody being alive? RMC drops for the second time. Templar Sesame locked inside a last 2, but therefore being dragged out of the ice path. Aegis still gets dropped though by the flame break, and Flowdown's gonna be getting some harassment here. Here comes S4 back again though, blinks instantly, but blinks defensively, blinks away. In the meantime, they got the barracks, they got also, or no, they don't have the range barracks yet, and they're not moving out. I mean, they're still all up. They might not be on full HP, but they are still quite confident they can take this, especially since the buybacks have all been used on the Radiant side. 3 buybacks being used, and that's gonna be Bat Rider just scaring away Aki right here. 2 sets of barracks down right now, and no Tidehunter. They will recuperate and then probably go towards the bottom lane to try the same thing again. And for WhA, it is now or never. They need to have this guy. I mean, he was in the fight. He was staying alive. He didn't die, or no, I don't think he died. He didn't need to buy back either. Therefore, but he didn't get any kills. He didn't, or at least he didn't have any influence on the game. He didn't get any kills because there's nobody on the Tidehunter that actually died. He does have a diffusal blade. All stacks are still in there though, hasn't used it just yet. But we're gonna see if this Phantomizer is actually able to do something here. He's gonna find the illusion of the Lone Druid, who is just gonna stand there. He actually put, hey, Lone Druid is Bob. That looks weird. Weird. But yeah, Lone Druid actually, I mean, he picked up the Radiance in his inventory before picking up that illusion rune. Of course, now it's back on the bear, but that's just very annoying just to send those illusions there. He picked up a Monkey Keeper, so having that just in case someone is trying to build up a butterfly, so and just of course more damage going off as well. And we have actually a Tunnel Envy just drawing one line in the middle. They want to go there. Maybe he's drawing the line that WhA wants to do as they land a shackle up on Aki right here. Ice Pass. Are they gonna do more? Nice ice, but also catching a Loda. Disruption helping out though, keeping Aki alive, and he will be staying alive. Loda getting locked in and ensnare. Or in the last 2 rather, will be dropping here. Phantom Lancer picking up the last hit for that one. Lina blinking in. Laguna Blade, Asia stunning, trying to get away. Pimpalicious turning it around though. Keeper Light already go down because TA comes in from the side and gets some kills going off there. TA actually on the bottom lane. Gonna now pick up Hip Hop, not Pop. Who pops his Ghost Scepter. Will only be delayed. Slow is still there. There he is. One more hit needed. Gonna get it, not even melt damage needed. In the meantime, mid lane still being chased down. Lone Druid in the mid lane. Gonna go for Asia. Can he get the kill with the Radiance Aura? He might be able to do so. He does do so. And that is Admiral Bulldog picking up that one, as we have still the Phantom Lancer alive. But look at that, he's just not able to do enough damage. And the barracks are already down before he can actually do something. There's the last 2 again on Bulldog, but there comes this 4 again, and Crit already drops. And the GG is being called because the Mega Creeps are there. It is no Tidehunter. He's victorious in this game. No Tidehunter taking the win against WhA in the StarLadder Season 4 matchup to get 3 points to increase their ranking for StarLadder. And of course, if you want to find out more about those rankings, you can go to StarLadder.tv. You can, or Dota2/.starladder.tv is probably the information you want to have, and otherwise you'll just be able to, you just be forced to click one more button to go to the Dota TV section. But yeah, you can find out there all the rankings. The top 4 will be getting an invite to the Cyber Arena in Kiev to play in the offline finals.
Middle tower is under attack.
And the bottom 2 will be dropped down to the he still drops. The bottom 2 will be dropped down towards the Pro Series rather than being in the Star Series where they are in right now. So that is the last one disconnect. So we will have the throne exploding shortly. My name is Sheever. I'm a Ghost of Gamers caster. If you want to support me, please subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/SheeverGaming. And sorry for earlier in the evening that my internet dropped out, but hopefully it's going to be good for the rest of the evening. I say that because there's going to be another match after this one. It will be a match between 3D Max and a team that I cannot remember at this moment, but I will know in a moment. Yeah, I will know in a moment. Stay tuned for that anyway, and be right back.